Hey guys, Ash here. Just a heads up, this video will contain spoilers for Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 1, so if you don't want to get spoiled because you're keeping up with the US airings and not the international spoilers, this video definitely will contain spoilers, so click off this video while you can if you don't want to get spoiled. But with that said, on with the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Power Rangers Dino Fury Episode 14 is finally out, and it's the episode that everyone's been waiting for, and that is the return of Lord Zedd. Now, episode 14 is a Halloween special and it's also a clip show, and it's a clip show done right in Power Rangers because ever since the Neo Saban era, when they've been doing clip shows in episodes, they felt forced and they felt very messy. But now these clip shows are sort of integrating into the plot and feeling very natural. But the thing with this episode, even though it's a clip show, it's like 80% plot, like maybe 20 to 10% clip shows, and I really like that a lot. And the clip shows aren't annoying. The clip shows are sort of a recap to sort of keep the viewers up to speed if they didn't know about certain things going on. So the clip shows that they mostly talk about is how they defeat the villains, because the dog Sporex and the Brian Tide Sporex is revived, but they have clip shows saying how they defeated the dog Sporex. But they also have other clip shows such as a recap on Lord Zedd if you don't know who Lord Zedd is, and why Lord Zedd's being controlled with the compliance collar, so you get a flashback to Beast Morphers. So I really enjoyed those clip shows and how they were used in the plot of the episode to keep the audience up to speed with what's going on. So with Lord Zedd back, he's got a brand new voice actor, and not the one we got in Beast Morphers, not that terrible voice actor. This time, Lord Zedd is played by Andrew Lang, known for playing Evox and Venjix in RPM and Beast Morphers. I know it's the same character, but that's who he's known for. So, his performance as Lord Zedd, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. It's got a deep, growly voice to it, but it's not as bad as the Beast Morphers voice, where that was like a weird fucking voice. Like, Andrew's performance as Zedd, even if it is this one episode so far from what we've seen, I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. And if Lord Zedd does return, maybe Andrew can do something different with the voice, I'm not entirely sure. But what we got in this performance, I enjoyed quite a fair bit. So I don't know how the other parts of the fandom feels about Lord Zedd's new voice. They're probably complaining because no one can replace Robert and stuff like that. But I enjoyed the voice. It wasn't grating on the ears. I loved to hear Andrew's performance as Zedd. I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. So what's the synopsis for Power Rangers Dino Fury Episode 14? Well, the episode is called Old Foes, and the synopsis goes like this. Ollie boasts to his friends that he isn't afraid of anything, but when the other Dino Fury Rangers are captured by a formidable foe, Ollie realizes his biggest fear. So, what was Ollie's biggest fear in this episode? Well, I enjoyed the lesson that Ollie learned at the end of this episode. He's not scared of spiders and skeletons and stuff like that. His biggest fear is losing his friends, and he nearly experienced that in the episode if things went bad. He would have lost them to Lord Zedd and the bad guys, so Ollie sort of overcame his fear and was able to take on Lord Zedd by using his brains. And I really enjoyed the fight between the Rangers and Lord Zedd, which we'll get to in a bit. So the episode opens up with a cloaked mysterious being sneaking into Void Knight's base, and when the cloaked mysterious being is revealed, it's revealed to be Lord Zedd. And Lord Zedd, his first appearance in this episode, he does not take shit from no one. He is able to stop Void Knight with ease and make him look like a bitch, I will say that. He's able to take on a lot of Void Knight's minions, like knocks around Slifer, knocks around Void Knight, Mucus is scared of him. Like, Lord Zedd in this episode is freaking beastly, I will say that. So, Lord Zedd is revived by the character Regal, who is able to bring back characters from the dead. And what he does is he brings back Lord Zedd in his most wickedest state. So he brings back Lord Zedd in his prime. So, does that mean there are two Lord Zeds running around in this dimension? The good Lord Zedd that we saw at the end of In Space, and the bad Lord Zedd we got in this episode. But what's interesting about Lord Zed in this episode is he does not have his staff, and that's because Ray Ghul was unable to find it. And if you go back and watch Power Rangers Beast Morphers, you kind of have an idea where Lord Zed's staff is, and I'm going to be coming out with a theory video very soon talking about why Lord Zed might return in Season 2 to get his staff back. So Ray Ghul is able to bring back Lord Zed, and he makes a deal with Void Knight, working together with him if he captures the Rangers. So the bad guys are working together in this episode, and Ray Ghul is kind of an underwhelming villain. Yeah, he's able to bring back characters from the dead, but he doesn't do anything in this episode. He doesn't fight, and at the end of the episode, he kind of teleports away from Lord Zed and is chucked in a jail cell by Void Knight, and that's the end of this character we'll see of him. I don't know if they're going to appear again. I don't know if they might appear again, but that's the end of this character. They get thrown in Void Knight's jail cell, so that's their fate. So like I mentioned at the start of the video, Ray Ghul is able to control Lord Zed with a compliance collar, and that's how they have a OP character like Lord Zed under their control. And I do like that smart writing by having a character like Lord Zed under the control of a compliance collar, because if he wasn't, he'd just be running amok and turning on Ray Ghul. So meanwhile, the Rangers side of things are really fun. So they're all getting ready for Halloween, and Ollie proclaims he's not scared of anything, and the Rangers are gonna scare him. But I do love the discussion they have when they're talking about what they're going to go as for Halloween. Zato doesn't have Halloween on Rathcon, so he's like, I'll go as a cardboard box. And I really like that line that Russell said, saying how he'll go as a cardboard box. And then when that scene ends, he just walks off screen with the cardboard box with a smile on his face. So that got a laugh out of me. But there's one scene that also got a crack out of me. It's Javi saying, hey, I'm gonna go as Dad. And Izzy's like, why would you go as Dad? He's not that scary. And he replies with, well, you've seen him dance before, have you? And they sort of agree with that, so I kind of like that line. And Izzy says in the episode that zombies are scary, so Harvey just one-steps that one by going as a zombie Warden Garcia. I mean, that was freaking crazy. So the Rangers meet Ollie in the woods, but they're captured by Lord Zed and put to sleep. So Ollie has to face Lord Zed and 2 Sporax beasts on his own. So he, with the power of clip shows, he remembers how to beat them, and then you do get the clip show of Lord Zed and what he's about and the compliance collar, like I mentioned at the start of the video. So Ollie faces off with Lord Zed, and he's able to destroy the compliance collar. And when he gets the compliance collar, this is when the episode gets frickin' amazing even more. So Lord Zed is free and back to his evil self, and he just kicks ass in this scene. Like, he's knocking Sporax Beast around, he's punching him into the air, he's kicking their ass, and I love this scene. So the Rangers team up with the Sporax Beast to fight Lord Zed, and even 5 Rangers is sort of a struggle to deal with Lord Zed. Now, Lord Zed is kind of nerfed because he doesn't have his staff here, and I'm sure Lord Zed could easily wipe the floor with these characters, no doubt about it, so they kind of did nerf Lord Zed, but there was 5 of them, and they were working as a team to defeat him. But I just freaking love this fight scene of the Rangers finding Lord Zed, and that scene where Lord Zed takes on the Sporax Beast, where he grabs the wolf one and just punches him into the air. It's freaking amazing. But the fight scenes in this episode were really good, and props to the person in the Lord Zed suit, because that thing is bulky as hell and probably weighed a ton. So Lord Zed gets away and says, once I find my staff, I'm going to destroy Earth. So I'm guessing that's not the last time we've seen of Lord Zed, and he might be returning. And I really do hope that Lord Zed returns. And to explain why, I'm probably going to come up with a theory video on why I think Lord Zed might return in Season 2 or moving forward. But Lord Zed gets away, Ray Ghul gets thrown in jail, and the Rangers fight the Sporax Beast again. are able to defeat him. So the episode ends with Ollie sort of saying that he nearly lost his friends and that's his greatest fear of all, but the Rangers are all in costume and they're ready to go to the Halloween dance. And I really enjoyed everyone's costumes in this episode. You had Zato as a knight, you had Ollie as an astronaut, you had Amelia as a vampire, Izzy as a leprechaun, and Harvey as zombie Warden Garcia, which is probably like the best one out of all of them with how good they set up the joke at the start of that episode. He sort of combines the two. I really like that joke. But yeah, the episode ends with everyone going to the Halloween dance, and yeah, overall I think it was a pretty solid episode. So, like I said at the start of the review, this was a Power Rangers clip show done right, because they could have had the episode go, remember the time, or you'll think that's bad, but no, this episode was really well paced, the clip shows were used correctly, and not to drag on the episode, they were very informative, like I said at the start of the review, and it had some really cool action scenes, and I really enjoyed the performance for the new Lord Zedd. So, with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on all notifications. I will see you guys in the next video. Special thanks to all the members such as Swaggerful and Andrew McCoyle. If you want to get your name shouted out like these guys over here, hit the join button or become a Patreon member to have your name in the credits of every video or shouted out. Your support is always greatly appreciated. With that said, I'm bringing this video to a close. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye!